Hi, good morning. Just wanted to make some comments to the David Icke thing. It's not David Icke thing because I think it's a lot of people are talking about it. This reptilian story. It seems to me that there's various connections which can be made with these aliens and these reptilian aliens. I feel a bit stupid saying it, even though it could be true. I just don't know. I try to sort of hold back my judgment. I think if we look at what we used to know in the past and what we know now, I think the stupid man, totally disregards things out of hand. What I can't help but see is the reptilian brain story that if we look at the story of the brain developing from the reptile of something which is pretty much sort of reflex action, smelling something, biting it, sort of spitting or swallowing, as it were, a very, very simple, non-emotional kind of brain. In the martial arts, they talk about developing this kind of snake brain. At least the guy called Montague does. He's been talking about it for a long time. There's that. I mean, somebody in a position of great power is going to not hang around when making decisions. So it's quite possible what David might be saying would be that. The other thing is, of course, the highly prized development stage of raising the Kundalini. The Kundalini is the snake which connects the sexual energy up and brings it up to the spiritual centers in the body. Sexual energy center is down, by the sex organs and in the sacrum, and then it goes up the spine and sort of comes, over the head, and you're trying to get it up and out, as it were. Again, that's something which, based on my experience, the unconscious, subconscious mind might interpret that as being a snake. Of course, we have also other symbols of snakes and reptiles in history, the naga and the dragon. And basically, there's a lot of stories about good dragons and bad dragons and everything else. And then the last one, again, I'm not making fun of this, but the last one is like pretty much what David Icke is talking about, and not just David, obviously there are other people, is something that sounds like it's come straight out of the science fiction TV series Stargate. Now, there have been things which have come in science fiction that have turned out to be true, so obviously I'm not saying that, but literally these creatures which have got a sort of symbiotic relationship with human beings, connecting themselves to a host and then controlling the host. If I understand Mr. Icke correctly, then that's what he's saying. That's what's happening. Find the whole subject very fascinating. I have offered to publicly. I don't know how to get a hold of David Icke personally. Probably there's a way, and I should just give him a call. Probably he's in the phone book. But then again, he's probably had enough loony calls. But the offer of getting a group of people who are trained to do remote viewing, to look at some of his claims, because it's certainly very interesting, and certainly if regardless of how much truth there is to his claims, they're very interesting claims. But also, based on my experience with remote viewings, the subconscious mind can bring you images of things where it's trying to give you a clue to what's going on, and your conscious mind then interprets it, and possibly sort of then builds a big sort of melodramatic story out of it. And that would be obviously a kind of danger. And that with controlled remote viewing, which I am learning from a chap called Lynn Buchanan, who is coming to Europe this summer or in spring. with that method, you learn to cut out a lot of that interference of your conscious mind, as it were. And because you do it in groups, you get more than one person viewing the same thing, and they're not aware of what they are viewing, and then you can compare the results. So you've got a much more broadened vision of it, broadened view of it. Okay, well, I still haven't heard from Mr. Icke. I really would love to, or I think Mr. Icke, because he's a broadcaster, he could serve to publicise this remote viewing stuff, and also he'd also, I honestly think he's an honest chap, and I think he'd be very interested in these results. Okay, cheers, bye.